Welcome back, folks. Alongside Chris Venezia, DJ Sixsmith here with you. Fordham a slim lead in this first quarter. What are you seeing so far for Stephanie Gately's bunch, Chris?
Well, if you're Stephanie Gately, you have to love what you've seen early. They worked every single possession up until maybe a few possessions ago, getting the ball to Hannah Misery. Every play trying to get Hannah Misery a good look from behind the arc, trying to get her going after her recent struggles. She's gotten going. 2 threes from behind the arc, looks confident with the ball. Then the freshman, Lauren Holder. A lot of pressure on her shoulders in conference play. Just a freshman, as I said. She's looked very good at that point guard position.
Misery was 3 for her last 26. She's hit her first 2. Big reason why Fordham has a 3-point lead here in the first quarter. Misery gets another touch. Double team, finds Holden. George Mason going with a 2-3 zone. High post for Clark. Swarmed immediately. Swings over to Holden. Here's a 3. No good off the front rim. Clark the offensive rebound. We got a jump ball inside. Possession arrow in favor of Fordham.
Drive you crazy if you're Nyla Millison. You have 3 players right there. Just watch the ball fall to the floor. Sam Clark, aggressive play, swoops in and able to tie up the ball and get a jump ball. But if you're George Mason, that's a board you have to get. We've seen a lot of offensive boards on both sides so far in this game.
And immediately Bridget O'Donnell back into the game to get a little size going. Here's Danielle Burns with the basketball. Good two-way player for this team as it goes back to Holden. Inside for Davis, has a little space, kick out Mystery, long 3, off the iron, too strong, and that was a little heat check right there for Hannah in the first quarter. Back comes Brown, all the way to the rack, no good off the iron, Clark the rebound. Holden looks good so far, controlling the tempo, over 2,400 career points in her high school career. Davis has been active so far. Here's Burns for the triple. Strokes it. Fordham feeling it from the outside. A 6-point cushion for the home team.
Third 3 of the game. Great ball movement there from the Fordham Rams, finding the open player, and a great shot there from Danielle Burns.
Lob inside. Makube double teamed and she traveled. Great double team right there, using the sideline as a third defender. If you're Stephanie Gately, you love that.
Defensively, Fordham has really had George Mason's number, locking everybody down inside, not giving George Mason points. And you notice, you watch them on the outside, how they really get into the faces of the players on the perimeter, not letting them shoot anything from the outside, forcing them into the interior, where Sam Clark has just been a rock inside.
First action of the game for the sophomore from Brooklyn, Aaliyah Jones, who's been a little bit of a forgotten player after getting hurt last year with another knee injury. She'll get her chance here to lead the offense. Fordham with a comfortable 6-point lead as Padovano gets into the game as well for Fordham. And that pass skips away from Clark. A little bit too much mustard on that one from Burns.
Yeah, a little wide, a little outside. Lisnate Fomina for Fordham really was the starting point guard for this Fordham team. A little banged up. That's why we're not seeing her this afternoon. The sophomore kind of coming into her own. It's a shame she's injured in conference play.
Fomina, a concussion. She's been out the last couple of games. Let's see if Brown can get going on this possession. Gets away from a defender. Flips it off to Padgett. Far side, right. Slices through the lane. Swatted away by Clark. Gets it back. Comes up with an air ball. Mystery grabs the bound. Fordham's defense has been great so far.
Sam Clark on that possession goes out to the perimeter to contest a shot, then comes back inside for a block. Great defense from the senior.
Jones slows things up with under 3 to go in the first quarter, and Fordham up by 6. Up top, Padovano. She's struggled to shoot the basketball this year as well. Lob inside for Clark. Kick out. Jones thought about it. Inside for Padovano, pulls up. Can't get it to go. Clark the bound, throws it up, has it partially blocked, and Mason comes away with it. Carol Wright one-on-one, drives inside, lost the handle. Gets it back, throws it up, no good. Jones the rebound. Fordham's got numbers going the other way. Jones through the lane, pulls up for the J. Off the window and in. First basket of the afternoon for Aaliyah Jones. She averages only 2 a game.
Man, how about the confidence there? Taking it the length of the floor, throwing it off the glass and in. Great work there from the sophomore.
O'Donnell, top of the key. Right back at you. O'Donnell can spread the floor. With a jumper like that, she'll need to step up today.
6'6", she can shoot from the outside. She's got a lot of interior moves as well. That's very tough to defend. She needed that bucket. She missed her first 3 in the game.
Aaliyah Jones has been banged up the last couple of years, had a knee injury in high school as well. 2012-13 Daily News Player of the Year. Clark way off the mark with that one. Padovano can't save it. George Mason gets it back.
You're seeing the different styles of both of these teams. Fordham likes to control the tempo, a slower tempo, likes to drain that shot clock. George Mason, when they get the ball, they're sprinting and running up the floor in transition, trying to get open buckets and really trying to catch Fordham's defense out of position. Once that Fordham defense is set, George Mason has no answers for it. They've been unable to find anything once Fordham sets up that defense like they have right here.
Bell and Triggs return to action for the Patriots. Here's Bell up top. Works her way through. Finds Makube, spins through, fouled, and she can't drop it in. But she's going to the line for 2 free throws.
How about that move right there? Quick spin move, attacks the basket right there. And that's what George Mason needs. They've struggled inside to get anything going. Makube, one of the better players, a redshirt senior, transfer from Florida State, right there with a powerful move. Almost gets the bucket, gets 2 shots from the foul line.
Averages over 10 a game for this George Mason team. Has led the squad in rebounding 3 times already. Her first one goes right through. Sam Clark returns for Fordham. Taylor Dodson in there for George Mason. As Taylor Brown will get a quick breather. Not much for the star player of this George Mason team so far.
Yeah, not much at all, but she's one of those players that can come in spurts, and she likes to come on as she hits that free throw. She likes to come on when teams are tired, when teams are winded. Coach Nyla Millicent will bring her in off the bench. Sam Clark, you can tell she's a little tired out there on the floor, even though she just got that last break. Good opportunity here for George Mason to attack the inside of that Fordham defense.
Final minute here in the first quarter with Fordham up by 4. Jones a long 3. Air ball goes right to Misery.
That was a pass, DJ.
Of course.
That was a pass.
Shot clock does not reset under 10 here. Jones calls out for a screen, down to 5. Jones going to work. All the way to the rack, up and under, no good. Clark the offensive bound. But she lost the handle. Right down the sideline, all the way to the cup and rolls it home for 2. Defense turns to offense for George Mason. Patriots trail it by 2.
George Mason with a deeper bench than Fordham. Part of that high tempo, you wear out those Fordham players as they get those heavy minutes underneath their legs. And right there, you saw Fordham's heavy legs trying to trail on the floor. No chance. An easy basket for George Mason. They're now within 2.
Time to hold on for one more shot. About a second difference between shot and game clock. Shot clock under 10. Here's Burns into the corner. Misery lets it fly. In and out, spun out, no good. And here are the final few seconds. Up the floor, Dodson down to 1, and she doesn't get it off. That basket will not count as the first quarter comes to a close. It has been a good one so far here at the Rose Hill Gym. At the end of 1, Fordham 13, George Mason 11. We'll be back for more on the Atlantic 10 Digital Network.